Hello, beloved friends. I'm Reverend Kyra and excited to invite you to join us for a series that will establish a deep foundation in your soul of truth principles. In Unity, we teach these truth principles that would help us move from our outer consciousness to our inner awareness of the Christ consciousness, of the divine light that we are, of the awareness of this presence of God that is so powerful within us, and establishing the foundation of living from that place, from moving from having put all of our power into the outer circumstances, into the world around us, into the thoughts of the mind, are places where we have given false power, and it has led us to suffering in our lives, into feeling separate or alone, or struggling with how to find the strength and the wisdom, or knowing the truth that we have it. So this foundation is a basic Unity text called Lessons in Truth. This was one of the first books that I ever read in Unity, and I want to say that Emily Cady's Lessons in Truth transformed the ways I operated in understanding this principle of the Christ consciousness, of understanding how to live in a greater freedom. This week, we're working on liberty. Her first chapter, Liberty or Bondage, which is actually a great invitation. Where are we going to go in our own journey? Are we truly already aligned to our spiritual consciousness, but maybe we're ready to take it to a deeper level? Maybe we still have places where we have carried forth ideas that keep us in bondage to old paradigms of existence that don't really unleash the full power and presence and potency of our own life potential. See, we are made in that image and likeness of God, and we are heirs and children of the kingdom, the queendom, the fullness of God's gifts of life and wisdom and harmony and peace and joy. It's always an inside experience that leads us to then show up in the world differently. But we may have to challenge some of the premises of our lives, some of the belief systems and the ways that we've been taught by the world. And I know I'm often talking to those that have already passed that threshold of choosing to be on a spiritual journey. And yet, how powerfully do we live that? How clearly and absolutely do we know the truth and stay focused and intent and absolutely clear in the midst of every changing moment that we are a divine child of God, that we have within us the Christ consciousness, the divine power to be able to handle any circumstance or any need? Do we know that this is the fullness of time in which we are individually called to move from that place of old consciousness? In the biblical sense, it was the children of Israel that were called out of Egypt, the place where we may have originally received our good, and yet now it's time for us to move forward in a new way, that our true good, the first cause of all creation, is God, is this oneness, is this essence of principle. It is a divine principle that we're working with. And so as we're learning to find our inner freedom, the place where we know truth so completely that that essence begins to transform the way that we show up in the world. Each moment we're invited to make a choice. Do I know that this is a benevolent universe? Do I know that God's presence has already given me everything that I need, that it is here for me now? Or do we begin to feel powerless in the moment or hopeless? Or do we fight against the circumstances, whether it's health challenges, financial experiences that are not what we would desire, relationship changes. There are so many ways that we experience this lack of peace and harmony within ourselves, and we feel in bondage to the circumstances of life or the thoughts and beliefs we have about the circumstances in life. So as we look at what it is to carry this precious liberty within us and the truth of our being, we will take a journey with these lessons and truth and really challenge and question the ways that we have still held on to unforgiveness, that thought of self-righteousness that we still have about another. We'll travel through this experience of finding the true essence of what we know to be true and live from every single moment. I know that for me, I've had many circumstances where these truth teachings have created a steadfastness in me that knew that the one thing that I could focus on in that moment was God consciousness, to move into my daily meditation where I couldn't be disturbed then when I went out into life, because I was holding that consciousness so steadily as truth that I could walk through things that felt horrific at the time, or felt unjust, or riled up my sense of righteousness, or separation, or competition, all the things that we do in the outer world. Our true essence is that which holds a higher awareness that we are absolutely free to make the choice to know who and what we are as an infinite expression of God's presence. And when we start to know and live from that, everything in life changes. It becomes what may appear to be magical, but it's really just based upon truth. Miracles are truth expressing themselves because we've opened to a new level of living. So I want to invite you to create new foundations in your life. Foundations, no matter how deep you think your relationship with the divine is, how deeply you think you know this truth, we're going to go even deeper. We're going to take it even bigger so that we can live a life with absolute inner harmony, peace, and freedom. And as we do that, then the natural essence of our love and the light and the Christ consciousness, by whatever name you know it, will begin to show up and guide our lives, and you will have so much more joy, so much more peace, so much greater ability to experience life in a different way, and then share the light that you are and the light of truth out into the world. It is my greatest joy and celebration that we take deeply these truths and begin to live a life that fulfills our greatest dreams. And I wish that for each and every one of us. And may you know that as you follow these lessons in truth, you will find places and nuggets and pearls that are ahas of revelation and become inspired in your own life to live the life of your dreams. God bless you, friends. I can't wait to see you on Sunday at 1911 Highway 3 South to join us for the initiation of this series that we'll be studying, and to just come get some hugs, some good food, or whatever it might be the reason that you come. We love to have you there and to share your light and presence with us and the light of God through you. I'll see you Sunday, or join us on Facebook live stream. It's on our Unity Bay Area Houston Facebook page. We'd love to have you come join us that way if you can't be in person with us. Either way, know that you are loved and you are known for the fabulous, magnificent being of Christ consciousness that you are. See you soon.